Bullcrap answer she's about to give. Talk about he's in heaven. He died beating somebody up, was violent, was probably robbing people, had a gun, selling drugs. You couldn't do anything with him. But she's going to say he's in heaven. Watch how she goes out with this, explaining it, saying his name with all three letters. As though that's supposed to make us feel like, okay, she's saying the truth because she's saying all three of his names. Okay, that means she's telling the truth. I just want to show you how you got to be in an eighth grader's mentality to believe her crap. Let's go.
My name is Trayvon Benjamin Martin. He's in heaven. And my oldest son is Lamar Fulton.
Do you live in Miami, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
And have you lived in Miami your entire life?
Yes, I have.
And who do you live in Miami with?
My son Javaris Fulton and my brother Ronald Fulton.
Okay.
That seemed like a lie, but we'll let it fly.
Was Trayvon Benjamin Martin your son?
Yes, he was.
And was his date of birth February the 5th of 1995?
Yes, it is.
Are you
No, notice, no emotion the whole entire time.
working at this time, ma'am?
I am employed. I'm on leave right now.
All right. I am employed. I'm on leave right now. What she really means to say is that she's running the tour of tears. She's on the talk show circuit right now, and she's getting money for appearances. She's shaking folks down with barrels of filled with cash. She's going all of these different churches. She's making the rounds now because you do know that her ex-husband is a Freemason. Okay, so the reason why you see all these buffoons putting on hoodies and Jamie Foxx with a Trayvon Martin t-shirt at the BET Awards and all of these people and these pundits coming on these talk shows is because they want to side with Barry. Okay, they want to side with him, another Prince Hall Freemason who went and made the stupid comment. That's why I don't believe he even was reelected. Made the stupid comment of talking about, yeah, if I had a son, he looked like Trayvon. And this guy had an opportunity to come down to Sanford, get all information. He's a freaking president. Oh, that's what they call him because Joe Biden is actually the president. But he comes down and he gets all of the information about the case. He was able to look at the bruises on George Zimmerman. He was able to see the scrapes on the back of the head. He was able to talk to the detectives who got the full information. He knew about Dee Dee. He knew about everything from the beginning, and he still decided to come out and make that bullcrap statement. If you have any ounce of dignity and honor in your body, that makes you immediately have no respect for him. When he knew the truth and refused to tell it to all of the stupid black folks marching the streets with freaking Skittles and Arizona tea. It wasn't even Arizona tea, it was watermelon juice. I have a duty to expose bullcrap, people. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching it and I'm realizing, I'm like, hold up. This whole entire case is full of garbage. And I have to expose it. Let's go.
I actually work for Miami-Dade County Public Housing and Community Development.
All right. Now, she's really avoiding the fact that she quit her job. There's no way that you're going to be without employment that long. Okay? You quit your job. Just go ahead and say that you quit it so you can go on the tour of tears. But I am so glad that she is skirting around that because that leaves the door open for Marco Merrill and West to come in and grill her over this and pull out the true motive as to why we're in court today and why they have pursued it in the way that they have pursued it. It's not about justice. I just want you to understand that, because if it was, the mother would be honest and say, that's not my son screaming. And I think that with those witnesses, those 4 or 5 people telling me that Trayvon was on top beating him, and me realizing that he had violence problems and he had punched a bus driver about a week before he got shot, that's probably the truth. He probably was being violent, and I know he had a violent tendency, and I know that he loved fighting, and I know he was kind of rough, and I know he was a gang member too, but this is what a mother says when they are truthful. But because she's not truthful, listen to what she says. Let's go.
How long have you been working there, ma'am?
I've been with the county for 24 years. I've been with the housing agency for about 10 years.
And prior to going to the housing agency, what did you do?
I did code enforcement for 11 years.
And can you briefly tell us about your education background, ma'am?
I have a bachelor's degree with a minor in communications from Grambling State University was half of my courses, and I graduated from Florida Memorial University in Miami.
What was your major? I'm sorry.
My major was English with a minor in communications.
Okay.
Hold up. Did you just catch that? Did you just catch those lies? Go back and rewind it if you didn't. Straight up lied to you. You got to listen to it. You got to get up early in the morning to fool me. Let's go.
Was Trayvon Martin right or left-handed?
Trayvon was right-handed.
Trayvon Martin had 2 tattoos on his bodies. Do you know where they were on his body?
All right. Now, 2 tattoos on his body. That's kind of showing a little bit. Whether or not you realizing or not. You got to be 16 or with the permission of the parent. Now, we're going to dig into those tattoos, and I'm glad that she brought those tattoos up because Mark O'Mara and Don West have a trick up their sleeve to show that she wasn't the parent that she says she was. She wasn't spending time with him like she says she was. She didn't sign off on any of those tattoos. Neither did Tracy. But we'll find this stuff out later, so I'm just going to expose her. People, don't tell lies because you will be exposed.
He had praying hands on his right upper shoulder.
All right. Now, the Weasel Bernie is bringing up the fact that he had praying hands on his right upper shoulder to get your sympathy because there's nobody that could ever do anything wrong that has praying hands on their shoulders. Although this is known in the circles of gang members to have praying arms on their shoulders. But we're going to display it to you and present it to you as though it's something that's totally innocent. Hey, a 5-year-old can get praying arms on their shoulders. Let's go.
With his grandmother's and great-grandmother's name. That's the first tattoo.
All right. So like I said again, this is brought up to show you that, hey, if he has his grandmother and his great-grandmother's name on his arm, hey, this guy is harmless. In fact, he has no arms because he has these tattoos on his arm. But let's go. That's what they really want you to think, subconsciously. Let's talk about the things that actually did the damage. Let's make them so lovely. Oh, let's go.
They were praying hands, and they had pearls going through them.
Didn't I tell you? That's the reason why she got pearls on today. Pearls, pearls, pearls. And on her wrist, pearls.
Okay. And do you know where the other tattoo was?
The other tattoo was on his left wrist. He had my name there.
Okay.
All right. So because he had the name on the wrist, he was harmless. Okay? He had his mother's name on his wrist. There's nothing wrong with it. All right? Well, this is what they're implying. This is to create the innocence. Now, they don't want to show any pictures of what he looked like right before he got shot. They want you to continue to think about the picture when he was 12 years old with the Hollister shirt on. Just want you to understand that. For all the people who haven't dug into any information, for anybody who's never seen any of my videos about the parents exposed, they need to be sued, exposing it. They haven't seen any of those videos or any of the other guys, Painless. They haven't seen any Poker Face Talk videos. They haven't seen any Michael Carroll video. They haven't seen any of those. This is what they're thinking up in their mind. I just want you to understand that. I want to paint the picture for you.
Prior to your son's death, had you heard him crying or yelling prior to his death? Had you ever heard him while he was growing up, while you were raising him? Had you ever heard him crying or yelling?
All right. He's asking, had you ever heard him crying or yelling? He didn't really spend that much time in her home. He was like an outsider when he was living with her. It's something that she will never tell you, but the facts show it. Go ahead and look this up. But she is about to lie, and she's thinking to herself, man, I've never really heard him scream. But let me go ahead and lie. Watch this.
Yes.
Okay. I want to play a recording for you, ma'am.
It would have been better had he asked her, what was the occasion that you heard him screaming? I would have liked to see the look on her face. Now, old Weasel Bernie is about to play this recording for her. And I want you to watch this face as the recording is going to play. You're going to hear a very emotional plea for help. Somebody is in distress. I've already established to you that it's George Zimmerman. And I want you to notice how you will never see one tear drop from this eye or from this eye. I'm going to show you. No emotion is going to, be in her body at all. Watch.
911, do you need police or medical? Maybe both. I'm not sure. There's just someone screaming outside. Okay, what's the address that they're near? 1211 Twin Trees Lane. Twin Trees Lane.
No emotion.
Is this in a Twin Lake town?
No emotion.
Yes. Okay. And is it a male or female?
She knows
You don't know why?
that this is her son battering this man on tape.
I don't know. Send someone quick, please.
No emotion.
Does he look hurt?
How can you lie to the world when you know that your son was the cause? How can you do that?
Do you think he's yelling help? Yes. What is your... Gunshot. You just heard gunshots? Yes.
No emotion. Hold on. Before the Weasel starts in, I want you to notice there's no emotion. In fact, the only emotion that I did see was a little bit of guilt. There was a little bit of guilt that came through a little bit, and then she blocked it off and she threw it right back in the back of her mind. So I'm about to break down because I know this is horrible what I'm doing to this man and his family, what I've caused, but I got to stick to my lie. Can't give it up. Go ahead. Let's go.
Ma'am, that screaming or yelling, do you recognize?
Watch. She's going to say, yes. Watch.
That?
Yes.
And who do you recognize that to be, ma'am?
Now, instead of it saying, I recognize that to be Trayvon, watch what she says.
Trayvon Benjamin Martin.
Why are you mentioning all three of his names? That's to make us feel that she's telling the truth, guys. This is the simple things that she inserts. Oh, I'm going to say his full name. When I say his full name, that means I'm telling the truth. Hey, 8th grader mentality. Let's go.
Your Honor, subject to the issue we discussed, she's going to be recalled. I have no further questions at this time.
All right. Subject to the fact that I told you not to bring up certain things that we're trying to hide about this case, she's subject to be recalled. And when she is recalled, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible for her and Dee Dee. But let's go.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to hold off on your cross until we finish the direct?
I can talk to her now, and then if there's need afterwards, I'll continue that.
Okay, then you may do so.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Firstly, truly apologize for your loss.
Now, he says he truly apologizes for her loss. Not as an attorney, as a person. He's saying to her he apologizes for her loss. Me. Now, even me, as critical as I am of her story, her narrative, and how cruel and corrupt she is, I still feel sorry for her in the fact that that was her